I wanted to move closer to family. They'd always been my rock, and my nieces and nephews, I had missed out on a lot of their stuff over the last 15 years. I was down in Omaha. So I decided to move back to Sioux Falls after my 15-year break down there. So found a cheap apartment, moved down here with my dog, and it started a new life here, basically. So part of that was joining the church, which I had been to Embrace Church here on the 57th Street campus. So yeah, I went there. I signed the card to join a small group because I did find that satisfying. And of course, I met with Travis. Had a good talk over coffee one morning, and he invited me to the group, and it was good to be able to meet with guys. It was super early, 5 o'clock, but I wasn't sleeping well anyway, so that was good. There was a lot of apprehension meeting a group of guys thinking I'm not going to fit in. All these guys are probably happily married and have no real issues. They don't know what I've been through, but I never felt that. I never felt judged or like I was an outsider at all. Every one of the guys welcomed me, and that was big. They heard my story. They were willing to listen to my opinion on things, and I never felt like I didn't belong there, even though the majority of these guys are married and with kids. So I realized soon after the first couple meetings that these guys are really open. They're authentic people. They're not just Bible thumpers or the people that just sit in the pews on Sunday. That was big to me, yeah. To feel initially like I wasn't gonna have anything in common with them, but to find out that these are men of God and something I aspire to be and continue to grow in that way too. So with my job in Omaha, I ended up being there for 15 years. Found my wife down there and got married, something I always wanted to do. We put off having kids for the first couple of years, like a lot of people do, and started trying and tried for a couple of years, and it wasn't happening. And we finally had a positive pregnancy test, but that ended up terminating quickly, early in the pregnancy. I had to work through that. I wasn't able to get the time off to go to the doctor's appointment when she was having the ultrasound where she discovered that. And I think that was a big source of frustration for both her and I, and a source of contention between us. I think in some ways she maintained some bitterness from that I wasn't there when she first discovered that. At that point, I really questioned and even blamed God, and I kind of questioned my purpose. If God really wanted me to be fruitful and increase in numbers and follow the commandments of the Bible, how was I supposed to do that without having kids of my own? Discovered then in June that my wife had been seeing somebody from her work. And it was devastating to me. I couldn't sleep for 3 or 4 days straight. I went to the doctor to get checked out. I was having heart pain, which most people don't know about, that it was just stress related. But in that time when I felt that darkness, I couldn't feel God there. I couldn't feel the Holy Spirit moving inside of me, and it was the ultimate feeling of rejection at that point in my life, of not being good enough. And I don't remember what was going on exactly, but I was staying at my friend's place in their basement was where I was residing. But I got out of the basement, went outside, and I was just feeling so down. I literally had so much pain in my neck and my head from being down, just feeling down. I just couldn't physically lift my head. I just felt so hopeless at that point. But something hit me. I felt like, the Holy Spirit was finally tapping on my shoulder and being like, are you forgetting about something here? And I was like, yeah, I am. I don't know how, but I lifted my head, I looked up, and I was like, God help me. And you know, I saw the stars, and it instantly this wave, it's so cliche and so weird to talk about, but this wave of healing, and it was such a clearing reminder of, you know, this isn't the end. This isn't how my story ends.